You can run, you can hide, but you'll never truly escape the fate that awaits you if you try to sail in the Black Sea. That's the message that Ukraine has sent to Russia, a country that has no real navy to speak of, has spent much of the war that Russia started negating the impact of the dreaded Russian Black Sea Fleet. With its ever-expanding arsenal of drones and missiles, Ukraine has made that fleet a near non-factor, and it's only going to get worse for Russia. Why? Ukraine owns the Black Sea as its fleet of sea drones is receiving new capabilities that will make them more lethal than ever before. Putin's navy is too afraid to leave the port, and it has every right to be. It knows that explosive death on a scale never seen before awaits it if it does leave. Defense Express reports that an unnamed officer who is part of the Defense Intelligence of Ukraine, or DIU, has claimed that Russia is so scared of sending its warships into the Black Sea that it is keeping them as close to its ports as possible. That officer, who goes by the callsign 13th, says that Ukraine's unmanned fleet of seaborne drones is the reason why Russia's ships aren't sailing. Their effect has been so pronounced that Russia has effectively abandoned all of its major military operations in the Black Sea, and it has been reduced to launching missiles from the warships it has left before those ships scurry back into their hiding places. 13th spoke to the Associated Press in December to report that Russia is basically inactive in a stretch of water that it thought it would control when Vladimir Putin launched his supposed special military operation. Today, we've likely reached a plateau, the shadowy officer claimed, suggesting that the Black Sea conflict is now effectively at a stalemate due to Ukraine's drones. We are effectively limiting the enemy's movements, but those dramatic, high-profile strikes we saw earlier haven't happened for quite some time. That's because the enemy has adapted. The adaptations aren't as impressive as you might think. Russia hasn't come up with novel new defenses that protect its warships from Ukraine's unmanned surface vehicles, or USVs. No equipment that can help Russia's crews to see these drones coming is being installed on warships, nor are weapons being deployed that can take out Ukraine's USVs before they wreak havoc on the ships they target. Instead, Russia's adaptation to the Ukrainian USV problem is to play games of peekaboo with its warships. As Defense Express notes, all that those ships now do is travel no further than 40 kilometers, or about 24.8 miles, away from their ports to launch long-range missiles at Ukraine before heading back. The U.S. Naval Institute says that the Black Sea has a surface area of 169,000 square miles, making it the world's 49th largest sea. Russia is exploiting barely any of that water, and Ukraine's USVs are the reason why. All Russia can do is launch missiles from its ships at the few coastal regions that those ships can reliably target mere miles away from their ports. The majority of these strikes focus on Odessa, with a particular focus on ports in the Danube region. TSN reports these attacks, and Ukraine's own Black Sea strikes, haven't been enough to prevent commercial traffic, as over 200 vessels enter or leave the Black Sea region per month. But even the fact that those commercial ships can move as freely as they do is yet another sign that the Black Sea Fleet, which was supposed to dominate that sea that lends the fleet its name, has utterly failed to do its job. And Russia's situation in the Black Sea is only going to get worse from here. Ukraine is developing new generations of USVs that can cause even more damage than those it's already using. We'll come back to those new drones a little later in the video. For now, it's worth examining the Black Sea situation as it was before the Ukraine war, and how it became once the war had started, to highlight just how deep